Hey guys, I'm Noor from the Cosplay Cartel. Asylum is coming in August, and here's how to make Wonder Woman braces. Okay, first of all, what we're going to need is an old cardboard box. So I've just chosen an old rotation box. We are going to need a fast food cup. We're going to need some masking tape, some other black insulation tape, and a pen, a craft knife, and a pair of scissors. And we're also going to need this stuff. Is contact glue, and you also need this stuff. This stuff is called the harm board. This stuff you can basically find on the back of writing pads. Okay, first things first, we need our shape. We need our basic shape for our bracer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the fast food cup. This is just an old McDonald's cup. Take my craft knife and it really looks like her bracer. Okay, so what I'm going to do is with this, take my scissors, just along the seam of the cup, along this part of the cup. You see this little seam here? Along the seam, what I'll do is I'll start cutting it out. I'll cut it off my hand since my hands are a little big, so I'm struggling to get it out a bit. Stretch it open a bit. I'm pulling my hand out. Okay. Once we have this, okay, now I know Wonder Woman's braces, on the tops there are points all here around the tops. So what we'll do is, to get the exact for each side, we'll bend the pattern in half, making sure that it's even on all sides. Yes, it's even on all sides. Okay, then we'll take our pin, and we know roughly more or less the shape of Wonder Woman's braces. So what we'll do is we'll take our bracer, we'll lay it flat again on the harm board. Once we have that, then at the top ends here. But first, before we do the top ends, we just cut out roughly towards the edges of the braces. Okay, now that we have that and we have the bracer pattern over here, what we'll do is we will take our ruler. You also need a ruler. We'll take our ruler and we'll measure a little bit because this is for the top pieces. So all the top overlay pieces, the pieces that go on top of the bracelet, will be cut out from this. This you can also use craft foam if you have access to craft foam. You can use that as well. You can probably get it at your local get to the middle. Let's make a little mark above your normal. Make a little mark above your normal line there. Once you have the little mark, what you do is you measure it out roughly. You can eyeball this, or you can actually use a ruler if you like. But I eyeball. I just have a look and see how far everything is and how far everything will go. Okay, there's that. Now, instead of using the scissors for this, because there's a little more detailed cuts, I would use a craft knife. Okay, now that we've got all our pieces cut out, I'm going to use my contact glue. You can use any other glue. You can use super glue, you can use water glue, you can even use a Pritt glue stick to glue these pieces onto each other. I just said I like to use the contact glue because it gives me a better sticky surface to use. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take a whole piece of scrap cardboard. I'm going to cut it out into a square. This will help us adhere. This will help us stick the pieces here to the main piece here. So what we'll do is we'll see where everything was lined out. So we leave those one side. Those are lined out there. So we put these one side. We now put the contact glue along the edges of the base. Okay, so they're along the edges of the base. And we just brush it on with this flat piece of cardboard. And while you're sticking, very important, you can't put it flat when you stick it, because if you put it flat, it's going to keep its flat shape and you're not going to be able to cover it around your arm. So what I like to do is, I like to take it and while I'm gluing it, actually curve it while I'm gluing it. While I'm gluing all the edges down, curve it. What you can do is as well, you see all the little corrugation pieces here. If you don't want to see that, what you can do is as well, you can take your masking tape. I know this masking tape is quite sticky. Or you can even take duct tape if you can't find it. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna move into the painting of this wonderful bracer. I'm actually quite proud of the way it turned out. So what we're doing is we're gonna paint it now. We're gonna use just regular brushes, and we're gonna use acrylic craft paint. Okay, I've got silver, I've got black, and I've got gold. Okay, now that the brace is all dry, that looks good, it looks awesome. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna show you a technique that I call that we call black washing. Black washing basically is rubbing a bunch of black paint over it and then wiping most of it off, leaving the black in the little nooks and crannies of the actual prop, which makes it look old, makes it look used, makes it look real, like it comes in the real world, you know? Okay, so what we'll do is we take a bit of water, put it on a piece of cardboard. Now we take black acrylic paint, not too much, and you can gauge more or less, you can measure with your eye how much you actually want this watered down. Okay, a little extra water, a bit more. You can gauge with your eye and just check how much you want this actually watered down. So like I said, black washing. So what we'll do is we take our prop, we take the prop here, let's move this out of the way, take the prop here, and we take it all cloth as well, and we just dump black paint all over it, just get it in the little nooks and the crannies, and we wipe it off, you wipe most of it away, and it stays in the little grooves. As you can see, it stays in all the little grooves of your thing that you're weathering. As you can see, it's the bracelet. It looks good. It's looking awesome. Really good. Now, I'm going to show you a technique called dry brushing. Dry brushing is essentially taking a brush like this, like a normal chip kind of brush, like a regular cheap paint brush. And what you'll do is, you'll take a bit of paint, your same acrylic paint, and instead of watering it down this time, you'll put it on the brush like this. You'll put it on the brush like that, and then you'll brush most of it off. Okay? And then what you do is you go and you just lightly slap it across the areas that you feel that you need to highlight. It'll highlight all the little darker areas. It'll highlight the areas that you need to. Because I know with black washing at times, black washing can sometimes take out the color. So you see, it looks a little more worn, a little more damaged, which is what we like, what we want. See, it looks a little better. You see the gold has become too dark. So what I'm going to do is as well, just dry brush most of the silver paint off. Close that up. And remember, always close your paint so you don't get them dried out. Then I'm going to take gold, just dry brush the gold onto the little gold areas here. As you can see, it picks up nicely on the highlights, so it doesn't look too dark. As you can see, it's brightened it up. It looks nice and worn, it looks nice and old. But one more thing we're gonna do. This is, we take bronze, and we take gold that is a little brighter than the original gold that we use. Okay, now that we've got the brighter gold, you can see it's a little brighter. Same thing, we dry brush. We dry brush that gold on as well. As you can see, now that I've brushed the lighter gold on, it gives it even more, it makes it more bright. Don't forget, Asylum in August is coming. Asylum is going to be awesome, it's going to be great, it's going to be awesome, and we're going to rock it, and hopefully I'll see you guys at Asylum.